everyone, welcome to the Learner's House. So today we will be learning about internet. So have you ever wondered how internet works? Because we all use internet, but very few of us, I would say, know about internet working. So in this video we will be learning about internet. Like, how does the internet work? The video you are watching now has traveled thousands of miles, from the Google data center to reach you. So have you ever wondered like how we are getting whatever you type on internet, you get within a few seconds? So let's learn how the internet works by getting to understand the details of data's incredible journey here. The data center, which can be thousands of miles away from you, has your video stored inside it. So how does this data reach your mobile phone or the laptop? An easy way to understand this goal would be with use of satellite. From the data center, a signal could be sent to the satellite via an antenna, and from the satellite, a signal could be sent to your mobile phone. However, this way of transmitting signals is not a good idea. Let me tell you why. Because the satellite is parked nearly 22,000 miles above the Earth's equator. So it's a very long distance. In that case, what happens is the data get delayed, and in order for the data transmission to be successful, the data would have to travel a total distance of 44,000 miles. So it's a huge distance. It's a very long distance that data has to travel, which causes significant delay in receiving the signal. More specifically, it causes huge latency, which is unacceptable for some of the applications and some of the websites. So if this video does not reach you via a satellite, then how it has reached your device? So how does it actually get to you? Well, it is done with the help of a complicated network of optical fiber cables, which connects between the data center and your devices. Your phone could be connected to the cellular data Wi-Fi router, but ultimately at some point your phone will be connected to the internet. We saw at the beginning that the video you are currently watching is stored inside a data center. So to be more precise, or to be more specific, it is stored in a solid state device within the data center, that is SSD. It is the internal memory of a server. The server is mainly a very powerful computer whose job is to provide you the video or the other content that are stored in the data center and that are requested by you. Now the challenge is how to transfer this data stored inside the data center to your device. Like, how? So in the data center, specifically to your device via a complex network of optical fiber cables. Let's see how this is done. So let's see how this is done. Before proceeding further, we should first understand an important concept, which is the concept of an IP address. Every device that is connected to the internet, whether it is a server or a computer or a mobile phone, is identified uniquely by a address. That is, we say IP address, which is similar to your home address. Like, that is the address that uniquely identifies your home. For example, any letter sent to you reaches you precisely because of your home address. Similarly, in the internet world, an IP address acts as a shipping address through which all the information reaches its destination. Your internet service provider, will decide the IP address of your device, and you are able to see what IP address your ISP has given to your mobile phone or the laptop or any device. This is an example here for the IP address allocated to one of the device, one of the mobile phone, I would say. And the server in the data center also has an IP address. So what it means, like what is the server here? The server stores a website, so you can access any website, just by knowing the just by knowing the name. Server's IP address, however, it is very difficult. It is very difficult for a person to remember the IP address. Like for example, we remember people with their name, not with their mobile phone, not with their home address. So this is what, like, for humans it is easy to remember the name as compared to a sequence of numbers. So to solve this problem, we have domain names like youtube.com, facebook.com. These are the domain names that we remember and we type whenever we want to search anything, that are correspond to IP addresses. So to solve this problem, we have DNS server, which translate domain name to IP address and vice versa. Like whatever we type on Google, it translates the domain name to the IP address to get the data we requested. And another thing to notice here is like a server has a capability of storing several websites, and if the server consists of multiple websites, all the websites cannot be accessed within the server's IP address. In such case, additional piece of information, host headers, are used to uniquely identify the websites. However, for the big websites like facebook.com, youtube.com, the entire data center infrastructure will be dedicated to the storage of the particular website. So to access the internet, we always use domain names instead of the complex IP address number. From where does the internet gets IP address corresponding to our domain name request, that is our. Well, for this purpose, the internet uses a huge phone book known as a DNS. So if you know a person's name but don't know their telephone number, you can simply look it up in a phone book, right? The DNS server provides same service to the internet. Your internet service provider or other organization can manage the DNS server. Let's have a recap of the whole operation. So you enter a domain name. The browser sends a request to the DNS server to get the corresponding IP address. After getting the IP address, your browser will simply forward the request to the data center, more specifically to the respective server. Once the server gets a request to access a particular website, the data flow starts. The data is transferred in digital format via optical fiber cables in a format of 0 and 1, and more specifically in the form of light pulses. These light pulses sometimes have to travel thousands of miles via the optical fiber cable to reach their destination. During their journey, they often have to go through hilly areas or under the sea. In fact, the complex optical cable network is the backbone of the internet. These optical fiber cables carrying the lights are stretched across the seabed to your doorstep, where they are connected to a router. The router converts light signal into electrical signals to transmit the electrical signal to your laptop. And we use Ethernet cable to transmit electrical signal to your laptop. And however, if you are accessing the internet using cellular data from the optical cable, the signal has to be sent to a cell tower that reaches your cell phone in the form of electromagnetic wave. From the optical cable, the signal has to be sent. Since the internet is a global network, it has become important to have an organization to manage things like IP address assignment, domain name registration, etc. And these all is managed by an institute called ICANN, located in the USA. It stands for Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. One amazing thing about the internet is its efficiency to transmit data when compared with the cellular and landline communication technologies. This video you are watching from the Google data center is sent to you in the form of huge collection of zeros and ones. What makes the data transfer in the internet efficient is the way in which these zeros and ones are chopped up into a small chunks known as a packet and transmitted. Let's assume these streams of zeros and ones are divided into different packets by the server, where each packet consists of 6 bytes consist of the sequence number and the IP addresses of the server and your phone. With this information, the packets are routed towards your phone. It's not necessary like that all the packets are routed through the same path, and each packets independently. Take the best route available at that time. Upon reaching your phone, the packets are reassembled according to their sequence number. If it is the case that any packets fail to reach your phone, then acknowledgement is sent from your phone to resend the lost packet. Now compare this with a postal network with a good infrastructure, but the customer do not follow basic rules regarding the destination address. In this scenario, letter would not be able to reach to the user. Similarly, in the internet, we use something called protocols for the management of this complex flow of data packets. These protocols set the rules for data packet conversion, attachment of the source and the destination address to each packet, and the rules for routers, etc. for different applications used are different. This video has given you a good understanding about how the internet works. Let me know in the comment if you have any doubt, and thank you so much for watching this video, and please like, comment and share and subscribe to the Learner's House.